Hello guys, and welcome to another Meme Squad video. And today we will be playing one of the most chaotic races I think I've seen with Sportsmanship S. It's a Group 3 Nürburgring, and I'll be playing with Lexus RCF GT3. So without further ado, let's get straight into some facts. Now we're in, so 10th place, it's okay, not too bad. Let's get some warm-ups. My strategy personally here is sticking with the mediums all the way around, so I'll try to overcut. So we'll see what we could do. Sportsmanship and say let's have a clean race. And we've loaded in. Apologies for the cough. 10th place. See what we can do. Maybe get a couple positions. So fuel here is pretty straightforward. They give you a full tank and it's ×1 depletion, so you don't have to do anything really with the fuel, which is nice. Okay. Three, two. It's a bit annoying because I'm at the apex of the corner, so I don't get a full acceleration. But as you can see, there's a car that just didn't want to start well. So yeah, that's not my problem. And as I get to the first corner, I'm pretty much in no man's land. I brake very late though for the corner, like I did in the warm-up, which is clipped out because it was very embarrassing. Anyway, I wasn't really sure which line to take around this corner, but I decided to go wide and then keep long round it. Same kind of with this corner. And this exit here is very hard to get perfect, and that Spanish driver found out why and got sent to the shadow realm. So yeah, unlucky him, but we move on. 8th place now, gained 2 places, and this guy just comes out of nowhere, but somehow makes it stick as we gain 2 places. So far pretty good. 3 places gained. Could have been 4 if this guy didn't get away with murder. But, well, it wasn't murder. I nearly murdered myself there. This curve's really hard because you have to kind of use the curb to get yourself angled in the right position, but it's very easy to just spin off. You can get away with getting wide here, being wide here, as I was very slow into that braking compared to the car behind. I got a bit of a love tap. You love to see it. I'm getting slipstreamed by this guy now, he's now kind of getting in my way a bit. I brake very late and he does too, which is a bit annoying because I kind of followed him because he was making the slipstream. This is a very long corner too, but I try and get the traction down as fast as possible, just double checking that I will have the fuel. Looking for a move on the inside. and I get rammed because I broke at the right time around that corner, which is a bit annoying. Let's move on a bit to lap 3. Okay, so making it around the final apex to get pushed a bit and get pushed again by this beetle that really wants to overtake me. So yeah, I kind of let him go. There's now a guy that wants to go on the inside of that beetle, so it's now 3 abreast, and obviously they don't know how to brake, so then they all go flying in front of me. I ram into that guy because he just parks at the apex. That person drives into me again. So yeah, a bit of poor driving there, which cannot be prevented by me. And then somebody else wants to go on my inside, so I end up going back to 10th place, and a bit of squeezing, and now I'm 11th, which is like very annoying for me, as you can imagine. So that Spanish driver that, you know, got knocked out again, decides to lose traction again, as it's very hard around the circuit with mediums, I found, and that's not excusable. That was deliberate. I could have been faster around that curb, but it wasn't slow. Good corner around here. Yellow flag, Porsche off with a penalty that we will soon see very shortly on, as I nearly caused another yellow flag. So next lap, I'll move to lap 4. So we start lap 5 with, I believe, mature braking into that corner. Could have been a bit later, but yeah. Maximising slipstream off the Italian driver, trying to get the best line we can, and he makes a mistake in that line, and that costs him because I dive to the inside just to get the move done. Solid move, I think, but he gets angry and completely misses the corner, and as a result of that gets a 1.5 second penalty. So yeah, as you can now see on the top right, French BMW goes on the grass a bit, but can we win off this BMW duel? No, I can't. I'm not very good at overtaking or defending around this track. I just kind of stuck my position, really, trying to not crawl around for too long and maximise the time I can make being faster. But these two drivers will quarrel, and an interesting move is made, forcing the French driver to be very offset, and me kind of not knowing where I should go and ending up in the gravel. There's no excuse for me being in the gravel. And it's the guy that we were talking about earlier. He overtakes me. GG's. Textbook braking. As some of the first people go in, I think a couple of people went in on lap 4, and that guy, the penalty, does also too. Trying to maximise the line I can get as we move up to lap 5, starting from lap 10, which is, I'm quite happy with that. Slipstreaming these two as they go side by side, and now the climax of the video is here. Two side by side. I try and maximise the gap here, but I get a bit offsettled by the corner. I pull an old switcheroo on the French BMW, and I try and cover off the apex here, and he kind of creates a gap that doesn't exist and then decides to teabag me. So I'm now thankfully reset. And let's cut to VAR to show us what should happen. Okay, so we're going to cut to the straight where just before this was happening, and we can see the two vehicles side by side attempting to have a nice little battle there that I will hopefully victor from. So I go around the inside here, but get that snap of oversteer by the unsettled terrain, and then kind of come around the inside here, which I think is a good move. And here I kind of turn in where he was there, but he shouldn't have teabagged me. I'm going to show you the other camera view. So from his perspective, comes in the corner with a bit of wheel spin, and yeah, he shouldn't have gone into that corner. I think it was maybe 50-50 apart from the bit where he teabagged me, which was obviously toxic, but that's VAR done with. Okay, so now we're starting off in a worse position now. Just got a Ukrainian that's overtaken us, and we're just going to try and go as fast as we can. So, 7th place, I mean, it's still 3 positions gained, so I can't complain. Go a bit wide into this corner here and cut back, so it's okay. Quite a few seconds down on my PB, obviously. Good corner here, but because I was going too fast, so it kind of meant that I missed that corner. I kind of cut it, I guess. Slow into here, put fast out, which is the main point. So quite a few people here have pitted already, and I would have been in 3rd, 4th place if I hadn't had that knockabout, so I was a bit annoyed by this time. I just wanted to kind of try and gain as much land as I could. So at this point I was driving slower than the cars behind me because they'd obviously pitted. So now I had a Porsche kind of on my tail here, chasing my slipstream a bit, so yeah, it wasn't looking good. Darkovsky 84 on my tail, and I made a bit of a mess up here. My tyres were getting a bit old, not too old, but you could definitely feel it. My lap time was 7/10 slower, which was very annoying. I thought maybe I could try and follow behind this car to kind of let them pull me, but they kind of just got away until they went into the gravel, and ironically got in my way a bit, and well, I overtook them again. Don't worry though, because as soon as the end of the straight came, I had to brake a bit earlier because my tyres, and don't worry, this driver was already ahead of me, but I mean, I wasn't going to let him go. I was going to at least try to fight him, but I knew it was a bit pointless because he was faster than me. So he should eventually get the move done, as I absolutely messed that corner up. Basically, it's like taking candy from a baby. He should have been able to overtake me, especially with my very amateur defending skills. GG's to this driver. They weren't dirty or anything, which was nice. As you may be able to predict, I now have another car on me, the Jag / Spaniard from earlier, coming in with another move, but braking very late, as he has many times, probably every time into this corner, 9 out of the 10 times. But he manages to keep the inside line through the corner, which was very good of him. Manages to ram into me a bit to keep me on the outside, which is a very interesting technique, which I might have to borrow from him. Goes very wide outside there, which once again I may have to borrow from him. And unfortunately for him, the technique did actually pay off, as he seemed to manage to overtake me. And, well, let's see if I lose another place. On the last lap, I had a fight with another Spaniard in front of the Beetle. Had a good fight, but I kind of messed it up at the end, and well, I was glad to finish it. It was a good race, but it was very long. It was like 40 minutes, so I needed to have some lunch or dinner. I can't remember what time, so it was so. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.